Idioms and phrases, it's like massive following based on vocabulary, but it's a little easier, I think, easier than the other topic. So let me show you those idioms and phrases. This is how the questions are given in the board examination. You get some 6 questions and you'll be asked to answer any four for 4 marks, and you will have to attempt, you should attempt all 6 answers, so that even if you make a couple of mistakes you don't lose any marks. So before we discuss the way the questions are given, let me take you to the idioms and phrases topic itself. So, how do you prepare for this? Look at this. He attends classes once in a blue moon. This is what you'll have to go through. You should not worry about the idiomatic expression and what it means. What you'll have to focus on is the example sentence itself. In the examination, what they do is they take this from this sentence and they'll place it in a box. For example, here, finally, our team lost by a whisker and I was disappointed. This is actually one of the 74 examples that you have there. And what they do is they remove that idiomatic expression and they'll give it in the box. And what you need to do is just put it back where it belongs, like this. And you write only the answers. You don't need to write the question sentences. So let me take you to the next one. It cost me an arm and a leg to study in the USA. What does that mean? It costs a huge sum of money to study in the USA. So this part will be separated from this sentence. It will be given up in a box, as you can see in the previous page. And then you'll have to simply put it back, in its place. In the place of this idiom, you'll find a blank and you need to put it back. Similarly, batting is a piece of cake for Virat these days, meaning batting is very easy. The small donation was just a drop in the ocean, meaning it's a negligible amount. Sitara wanted to speak out about the unfair decision, but she bit her tongue, meaning but she held back what she wanted to say. My father always goes the extra mile to help the needy, meaning my father always does far more than required. I can't hope to do well at my job until I get my ducks in a row. But what it means is until I get things properly organized. Joel let the cat out of the bag about my surprise party, meaning Joel revealed the secret by mistake about my surprise birthday party. I'm really working against the clock now. I must hurry. Means I'm racing against time. We are flogging a dead horse. Our present business is making no money. We are flogging a dead horse means we are wasting effort on a hopeless cause. Rahul has been on cloud 9 since he got a good job, meaning Rahul has been extremely happy. The result of the recent polls. The results of the recent polls were a bolt from the blue to many parties, meaning the results were a complete surprise to many parties. There was a storm in a teacup over who should be the chief guest on hostel day. So there was a storm in teacup means there was a big fuss over unimportant thing like who should be the chief guest on hostel day. Our boss is on vacation, so let's make hay while the sun shines and relax. So our boss is on vacation. So let's use this good opportunity before he comes back again. So black and white. Kiran was beaten black and blue by the violent crowd, meaning he was covered in bruise. He was beaten badly by the violent crowd. So the Kings 11 Punjab must fight an uphill battle to win the IPL title, meaning they must face a very difficult challenge. I have been teaching grammar for donkey's years, meaning for a really long time. If you want to do your best, don't do things at the 11th hour, meaning at the last moment. Our English teacher has a bee in her bonnet about correct pronunciation, meaning she is always obsessed about correct pronunciation. This year's severe drought cooked Ramaya's goose, meaning this drought ruined his possibility of getting, making money. Bahubali's success is a feather in Rajamauli's cap, meaning it's a Bahubali's success is a reason for him to be proud. And Dhirubhai Ambani's life is a story of rags to riches, meaning he started from poverty to wealth. The announcement of intermediate results reached every corner in the blink of an eye, meaning very quickly. Our business flourished in leaps and bounds, meaning it flourished rapidly and greatly. Don't risk your life and limb by participating in dangerous activities, meaning don't face serious danger by participating in dangerous activities. Satish got his friends into trouble to save his skin, meaning to escape trouble or punishment, he got his friends into trouble. Like-minded people stick together. Sorry, Arun and Varun are sports enthusiasts and are often found together. They are birds of a feather, meaning they are like-minded people and they stick together. I always keep cheats at arm's length, meaning I always keep cheats at a distance. Actor Shirish bit off more than he could chew in his debut movie, meaning he attempted more than he could manage. I want to take the bull by the horns by deciding to swim across the river, meaning I want to tackle a problem head on. This problem. President Kalam left no stone unturned to motivate the youth, meaning he did everything he could to motivate the youth. I'm no spring chicken, How can I dance? Meaning I'm not young anymore. How can I dance? Last year's rainfall was beyond our wildest dreams, meaning it exceeded all our expectations. In the intermediate class, my daughter has to keep her nose to the grindstone, meaning she must work very hard. Sonu refused all help as he believed in paddling his own canoe, meaning he wanted to act independently without anybody's help. Lakshmi has a bone to pick with Revati as she was not invited to marriage. So Lakshmi she was angry, she had a grievance with Revati because Lakshmi was not invited to the marriage. The teacher gave the lazy boy a tongue lashing when he called Rani a lazy girl. So the teacher scolded this boy severely. Actors often dress up to the nines for public functions, meaning they dress very elegantly. The decision about my childhood pranks made my ears burn. Sorry, the discussion about my childhood pranks made my ears burn, meaning I felt embarrassed when I heard those discussions. Our boss turned a deaf ear to our request to change the meeting venue, meaning he did not listen to our request. After the vacation, the students had to go back to the salt mines, meaning they had to go to work or students school, right? So the students had to go to school unwillingly because they didn't like going to school. Unless I get to know the nuts and bolts of the business, I can't venture into it. What does that mean? Unless I know the practical details of the business, I can't take any risks here. When the manager retires, I'll step into his shoes. What does that mean? I'll take over his role. I'll work in his place. In big cities, if you don't have a place to live in, you can't get a job. And with no job, you can't get a place to live in. Thus, it is a catch 22 situation, meaning there is no solution to it all because you cannot get a house, you cannot get a job because each depended on the other. So the wealthy socialite throws parties at the drop of hat, meaning he throws parties immediately without even thinking. Without a proper address, it would be a wild goose chase to locate someone in a big city. So it means a useless search, meaning however hard you look for the address, you cannot find because it's a very very big city. So that is missing here. The sentence, the remaining part of the sentence. The evil-minded, the evil-minded will taste their own medicine sooner or later. Meaning, the bad, evil-minded people will get the same sort of treatment as they give to others. People avoid her as she constantly blows her own on. Meaning, she always boasts about herself, so they avoid her. I must burn the midnight oil tonight to finish the report. Meaning, I must work late into the night so that I can finish the report in time. I was thrilled to bits when I was received a fancy gift. Meaning, I was absolutely delighted when I received a fancy gift. Life is not always a bed of roses. Meaning, life is not always smooth or easy. His new car has become a white elephant, meaning it has become very expensive to maintain. She hit the nail on the head with her response, meaning she said the exact right thing when she gave the response. They were afraid he would spill the beans, meaning they were afraid that he would reveal the secret. The new model cars are selling like hotcakes, meaning they are selling very fast. Having lost his character, he has to face the music, meaning he has to accept the consequences. You can't judge a book by its cover. You cannot, understand, estimate somebody by their outer looks alone. Maths has always been my Achilles heel, meaning I am not really good at maths. Finally, our team lost by whisker, meaning by a very narrow margin, our team lost. If we hadn't missed the plane, we wouldn't have met you. It's rightly said, every cloud has a silver lining. What does that mean? Every misfortune has a bright side. So missing the plane is a bad thing, and but then the good thing is I met you. Don't get disheartened at losing your form. It's part and parcel of being a professional, meaning it's an essential part of being a professional. A politician needs a thick skin, meaning he should not be easily affected by criticism from his opponents. There is a sea change, meaning there is a total change in his behavior after his release from prison. Let me explain the proceedings in a nutshell briefly. Rahul got the approval. Rahul got the nod means Rahul got the approval after a lengthy discussion about among the members. She was prepared to take the rap, meaning she was prepared to take the blame for the shoplifting, though it had been her sister's idea. Gujarat Titans proved to be a dark horse, meaning an unexpected winner in the recent IPL. Nobody expected that they would win. Racism is currently a hot potato, meaning a touchy issue in international cricket. So if you talk about that, people will get angry. So the soldiers are very tired. They haven't had a square meal for 4 days, meaning they haven't had a good proper meal for the last 4 days. They never gave up trying to recover their property by fair means or foul, meaning they used every possible means of recovering their property. Even foul means even bad means as well. So preparing this book is clearly a labor of love, meaning it's something that I like to do, not for money but for pleasure. I threw in a question just to keep the pot boiling, meaning just to keep people active while my brain caught up. The couple tied the knot last year, meaning they got married last year. I cleaned my room from top to bottom every Sunday. that means I clean it completely. So these are the 74 sentences that you need to go through, and these exercises are again taken from the same exercises example sentence that you've seen. This is a second exercise, then this is there in the textbook model paper. Now take a look at all these questions and answers. So on the whole, this is going to be definitely easier than the massive following bit.